Well, as I told the guys in the locker room, winning's winning, and it matters, and we're always going to appreciate it and enjoy it. So I'm proud of us finding a way to win. I thought there was a really good stretch there in the second half. I didn't like the first couple possessions. We had a silly turnover and didn't sprint back, and, boy, that's the kind of stuff that drives me crazy and the kind of stuff that I think is unacceptable. But we called timeout. The guys kind of were already talking amongst themselves before I even got into the timeout, and I thought for the next 8 or 9 minutes we were pretty darn good. I thought we guarded. I thought we played aggressively but within our structure offensively, and some really good things happened to us, and you're able to push a lead out, and it was difficult for Alabama A&M for the rest of the way from there. I didn't think we played our best basketball tonight. I thought we looked out of sorts at times. I didn't think we were consistent with our defensive energy and our defensive approach at times. First, you got to give Alabama A&M credit for that. I thought they played hard. Man, I thought Jalen Johnson, I thought he was terrific. He was just terrific. They had a game plan to go to him early. We struggled to defend him, and it wasn't just one or two guys. As a team, no matter who we put on him, he seemed to have some success tonight. So tremendous game by him. Hats off to him. I tell you what, I think the big kid, 34, E.J. Williams, is from Cincinnati, so I'm sure that was a big moment for him to be back here in his hometown. And, man, he's a pretty decent player. He's a good player. We tried to pressure him when he caught the ball out in the perimeter to make, his passing difficult, and he still did a pretty nice job in the high-low game and doing some things passing the ball. And I know his line's 0 for 5, but he had a pretty good impact on the game. But they're going through a tough stretch. They had a couple injuries, and I thought they came and played hard. So hats off to Alabama A&M. We can play better. We're going to get back to work and try to play better, and we got a big one in here in 48 hours against a really good Presbyterian team. Presbyterian may not have the name, but from what I've seen before tonight, they've started off the year, I believe, 2 or 3-0, and they've had some good wins, and they're a good basketball club. So we got to play a little better on Thursday night.
Is this just the nature of this team coming together, that there are stretches where it really clicks and then it fades and then it clicks again?
Well, no, I mean, I think when we're really locked in, and really engaged, and I mean, obviously for me, it always is going to start defensively and on the backboards and on the loose balls and things of that nature. But we're really locked in and engaged. I think we're a pretty good basketball team. We still got a lot of work to do and a lot of things we have to improve. When we're not very good, and that's one of the things I told our team in the locker room, and they agree. They agree. So we just got to continue to work and build and improve to have 5 guys on the same page. And listen, I'm not frustrated. I'm not angry. This is part of growing as a team early in the year. And it's a lot better when you can learn and grow in a 23-point win. It's a lot more fun when you can learn and grow that way and not have to do it the hard way. So I am pleased that we get a chance to learn a little bit and still be in the win column.
That 13-0 run after the quick second half timeout, similar to the first couple games, it's kind of quick, frenetic, quick strike scoring. Is it always going to look like that, or is that just a product of playing good defense and getting some steals?
I think when you play well defensively and we play active defensively, I think you're going to create opportunities to get stops and get out and run. And I think we have a chance to be a really good running team, whether it's on a turnover, like a live ball turnover, or a defensive rebound. I think when we get live ball stops, we're going to be a good running team. We've seen that when we run the floor the right way and we make easy, really simple plays, we generally have pretty good results in terms of the kind of shot that we get. And I think that'll be something that we can build on all year. But we're going to be a good execution team too. And so I don't think it's, big runs are always going to have to mean that we got out and got a bunch of fast break layups. I think we can execute our way to have some success too. Yeah, I'm down about that. He's gotten the short end of the stick here to start the year in terms of the rotation. And as coaches, sometimes we just have to make decisions. That's our job. And as I told the guys all the time, I'm trying to be right, and I'm trying to make decisions for the right reason. What's best for our team, right? That's how you're always trying to make decisions. And he was the guy in the first couple games that just maybe got the short end of the stick. And I don't even know if I was right, but I'm just trying to be right. And he got some opportunity tonight with Vic being out. And I think he's been waiting for that opportunity. So see him go down with an ankle, I feel for him. And, we're going to need him this year, so we need him to get back, and we'll know a lot more tomorrow, Keith. It's hard to say sometimes with an ankle sprain until the next day.
His ankle still too?
Yeah, Vic rolled an ankle before the Georgia game, the day of the Georgia game, and was able to kind of gut it out and play well. I don't know if anybody watching him play knew that, but it swelled up on him really good that night and the next morning as we thought it would. So we were being pretty cautious with him tonight. I thought it was the right decision, given his history of injury, and just we need him for the long haul, so we'd rather try to get him back to 100% before we throw him back out there.
First real breakout scoring game for David tonight. How important is his scoring do you think?
I think David's a guy we're going to demand a lot from offensively, and we're running a lot of stuff to him, not just to score it, but to create good shots for our team. And so when I think of David, I think of a guy that can score it but also can create shots for others. And so every night we need him to do one of the two or both. And tonight the ball found him in open areas, and I thought, I'll tell you what, I thought tonight, they played a funky zone, had us a little discombobulated, and I thought David's pace and his ball fakes just kind of settled him down and settled our team down, and then created some really good openings for him and our team. So I think he's going to score it this year. I'm pretty confident of that. I think he's also going to have nights where you look down, he has 7-8 assists, which I think has already happened. And I think he's going to have nights he does both. So, like a lot of our guys, he's important to us offensively.
I don't know if you're a big plus-minus guy, but Odie plus 24 and a little over 16 minutes. Is that just indicative of his motor and energy?
Yeah, I like every coach, I'm very well aware of plus-minus, and I put a lot more stock into it, if you have like a bigger sample size. So we'll really look at that kind of stuff after 5 or 6 games, because sometimes you can get somebody in there and maybe they played great, but they just caught a bad run and had nothing to do with them, especially when you're looking at 1 or 2 games. But I think it's pretty indicative of Odie's energy and effort tonight that we were plus 24 when he was in the game, because he was terrific. And I think all of our eyes could tell us that he impacted the game in a positive way. Energy, right? He has pop. Who he is on the offensive glass, I think, has mattered not just tonight, but over the first 3 games. Thought he made really nice plays with the ball when he caught it within 5 or 6 feet, just strong with it, made the right read, used his shot fake, played off of 2 feet. I thought he really kind of opened some things up for us there early. I think him and I'd both like to have the play where they trapped us when he inbounded the ball going the length, and he just kind of fired it like he forgot he was playing basketball. But outside of that, I thought Odie played really well, and he gives us a lot of energy when he checks in the game.
Got time for one more question.
Mike with 14 points, 3 steals, and maybe most importantly, drew 6 fouls, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Is that the type of thing you're looking at from him, being aggressive and playing downhill?
Yeah, I thought Mike gave us a ton of energy, especially in the second half. And I thought he had some really nice moments tonight. Yeah, listen, his ball speed's a factor, and I want him to utilize it every possession that he's in the game. His ball pressure's a factor. He's probably, in the last couple of weeks, taken a huge step off the ball defense. Not probably. He has, in the last 2 weeks, taken a huge step off the ball defensively. And he's always been good on the ball. Everybody here knows that. But he's really been working off the ball defensively, and he's taken a huge step. And I thought you could see that tonight by some of the things that he did defensively.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, thanks.
Got David Julius and Mike Saunders up next. Coach didn't use that ball, right?
I never played with him, but I played against him. Yeah.
All right, questions for David on the left and Mike on the right.
David, you had a big night tonight, 21 points, led this team. Talk about your shot. How was that affecting the way Alabama A&M was playing you? Did you find open spots?
Yeah, we knew that they was gonna be switching up the defense on, and it was gonna be a great defensive team. But just coming off last game, my mindset was just staying aggressive and just putting in the extra work and letting everything fall how it was gonna fall.
How much easier are things when you see those first couple ones
Oh.
coming in? Does it make your rhythm a lot easier?
Yeah, it most definitely do. But I try not to even rely on that anymore. It's just keeping that same mindset of being aggressive and making plays not only for myself but my teammates as well.
Coach said, Mike, when he called that early second half timeout, that before he could even start talking, you guys were kind of talking in the huddle. What was the conversation before Coach even got in there?
It was more just we needed to lock in. We what we capable of playing like. So we just was talking in a circle like we need to pick it up, and I mean that's what we did. We really locked in the second half, and that one little run we had, and it just blew the game open. So we just told each other just lock in and do what we capable of doing. So.
Everybody knows about your ball speed. How much have you tried to focus on changing the game with your defense, whether on the ball or off the ball so far this year?
I mean, I just take a lot of pride in that because Coach Miller, he challenged me, on that side of the ball defensively for sure. Getting as soon as I come in the game, getting into guys, speeding them up, getting deflection, just creating havoc. That's something that he always wanted me to do every time I'm in the game. And then offensively, just playing with pace, make sure I get my guys going and just read the game, don't force anything. So it's really what we've been emphasizing.
David, Coach talks a lot about your pace on offense. Just, you never seem to get sped up, especially going against that zone. Is that something you're conscious of when you're out there, or do you just feel that's part of your game?
It's part of my game now. The crazy thing coming in freshman year, my knuckle was just I didn't know how to change speeds. So it was just when you kind of been through the college game a little bit, you kind of adjust to the speed and then kind of slow down. You kind of move at your own pace.
Cody had a big night for you guys. Talk about what it was like as the point guards finding Odie in the paint. Talk about what the Alabama defense played like for him to be open, play at this high note, and be aggressive.
Man, Odie is incredible, and that's just a testament to all his hard work and who he is. Odie's my roommate, and just to shed some light on him, his approach to the game is incredible. Not only is he in the gym extra, he take pride in his diet, he take pride in his approach. We got this thing where we don't take elevators anymore, we only take the stairs. And that's just kind of the mindset he have each and every day. And so this was just a byproduct of everything he's been doing since he arrived here on June 1st.
You and Jalen Johnson played against each other in Indy.
Mm-hmm.
You guys having a little fun out there back and forth because he was so hot.
Yeah, he got going, and I mean he always play like that. Like that's exactly how his game is. So, I mean it worked for him. He had it going tonight. It was just his game. But I'm just glad we got the win. That's all that matters.
Coach has talked about he's obviously still trying to kind of figure out what lineups best and what guys work together. Do you guys feel like no matter what lineup you're in, you guys are getting more comfortable with each other on the floor during the game?
Absolutely. I think since we've been working with each other a lot during the summer, until now, we built a strong chemistry for sure. I didn't really play with Dave a lot last year, and now that me and him able to play together, I think we're a really good backcourt. So I think that it's really important for Coach, to try to play us all together because we just build that chemistry, and it's really been working for us for sure because we can just play with different lineups and we still play good offensively and defensively. So that's a big plus for our team is just the depth that we have.
Between you two and Micah, does it feel like there's a chemistry growing kind of between the 1 and the 2 spots and you guys are starting to get comfortable with your roles?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
First chance fans got to see C.J. Anthony. He kind of just went at it and threw that wraparound pass.
Yeah.
Surprised, but I'm guessing you guys aren't surprised about that?
Nah, CJ, he always competing, man. Like he go hard in practice. So, him making that play, that's just him. Like he's always, anytime he playing, he's trying to make plays. So it was good to see him make that play. So none of us surprised at all that he did that.
Kind of a pain for you guys when he's on the scout team, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big better. He make us better each and every day.
Absolutely.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.